Hi friends, how are you today? I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, gorgeous day. If you don't know me, my name is Jade, and I like to post videos on my channel that have to do with art, anything creative, so that would be like art, fashion, crafts. I absolutely love it, and I like to spend my free time doing this, and I use my channel as an outlet for my everyday life. So if that interest you or might be something that you may enjoy, then I suggest you stick around. I like to post videos every week. And today I have a really fun and special video planned. This is one that I actually, I've posted previously, but to my TikTok. And I was inspired by a video that I saw on my For You page, I guess on YouTube. I don't know what it's called, the suggested. And it was someone reviewing their art book or like their art journal. And I actually have one. I don't do as much as I used to. Here's her, she's beautiful. I started it back in 2022, so that's actually when I started my, I guess, social media journey. I had just broken up with a extremely crazy ex-boyfriend of mine, and I really wanted to prove to myself that I was worthy of everything that I wanted, because he was very manipulative and not a kind person. So my self-worth was kind of in the garbage at the time. So I really wanted to change that because I deserved it. So something that I had always really loved was my artwork, and I loved being creative, and that was something that I had not done for, I want to say, almost 2-3 years. I was with him for a while, and I just that part of me wasn't allowed to be, I just wasn't allowed to be a person, honestly. It was one of those relationships, but that was so long ago. Who needs to talk about spilled milk? What we're here to talk about is my journal. And a lot of this was me trying to become an artist, because I knew that I wanted to do YouTube for artwork and just be a creative YouTuber, but I never really thought that I would ever be a good enough artist to do that, which is so silly, because no one's a perfect artist. It's a journey that you have to take. So it was really just goes to show how shit my self-confidence and my self-worth was, and how much I've transformed and changed as a person. It's really beautiful, and that's why I really wanted to share this with you guys today. When I was in high school, I took AP Art, and what this is advanced placement art. It was college credit, and one of the things that they wanted us to do was write down every single thing that you did in the painting and the reason for it, or your artwork or whatever. So every single thing that you put on a piece of paper has meaning. So like the colors, the shapes, everything has a cohesive meaning to your overall picture. And in order for us to kind of get in the groove of things, it was a requirement for us to, on a separate piece of paper, write down each thing that you have done in order to come to the whole picture. Because as our final thesis, we were supposed to come up with, like, it was called an investigation, and it was supposed to be in like an overall theme slash collection of artwork. I ended up making a whole clothing line, which was something that had not been done yet at my school. I'm not saying ever, so don't quote me on that, but at my school, I went to a very hick country school, so for someone to do a fashion final thesis is kind of fucking wild. Like, I made the clothes. I also graduated in 2020, so I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to. It was really upsetting, but I know that if I were to be able to do that today, or if I were to go and try redoing what it is that I did back then, I would absolutely kill it, because even just the ideas that I had back then, they were so good, and I wish I would have been able to give it my all. That was the same year that I had started dating that said person, so I kind of lost myself for a while there. But that's neither here nor there. What I'd like to start off with is obviously the journal. So here, obviously it is. So this paper, it's a bit strange. So it's not a normal sketchbook, because I wish you could feel it. The paper is like, it's like like silky because it's made of bamboo. I used to work at this natural food store that is nearby where I live, and they had this paper there, and I fell in love with it when I worked there, and I knew that I had to have it. So obviously I bought it, but I never ended up using it up until like way later, like I'm going to say almost a year and a half. So I was really excited to get started on doing this, but I didn't end up doing that I was really excited to start getting back into my hobby, but I never ended up doing that until I broke up with the dude and moved out on my own, which is like, girl, you could have done that. Why? You could have done that always, but you know what? You're young, you're dumb, you do what you do. So let's go ahead and start off with the first one. She's beat the fuck up, as you can tell. So this was called Reflections. And this one I do think I actually made while I was still with him. You can see very amateurish. Like this was the first thing that I had done since like, I want to say high school. So I had maybe been graduated maybe a year or two when I made this. And this was supposed to represent like I said, I had a really terrible self-worth. Like, it was, like, down in the shithole. So this was kind of supposed to be, like, me looking in the reflection and trying to, like, love myself. But I think it's still cute. It has its charming, and it reminds me of where I was and how far I've come. And that's just so monumental to have, like, a little memento of such a tragic time, but also such a transformative time as well. So that one's really fun. I love her. The next one, so this one has two different meanings, I suppose. So when I first made it, I was still in the relationship with a guy. I think we were about to move out, or was getting to that point maybe, of my mom's house, because my mom and him would fight all the time. And it was Valentine's Day when I made this, and it was a particularly shitty Valentine's Day because the man was a narcissist. He made it about himself. So I remember I was really sad, and I wanted to love, and I wanted to be in love. I wanted to be in love so bad. I wanted to show somebody just everything that I had to offer, and unfortunately I showed it to the wrong person, but you know what, it is what it is. But in this picture, I really wanted to kind of show that love that I wanted to show and receive. Oh, not my bra showing, teehee. But yeah, I really wanted to show everything and show the love that I had. But now that I'm like older and I kind of look at it, to me, I read it more as like infatuation, like being so infatuated with the person and not really seeing all of like the red flags, because you know, when someone gives you butterflies, usually that's not a good sign, contrary to what other people have and say. It's usually your stomach trying to tell you, your intuition trying to tell you this isn't a good thing. So now I kind of see it in the opposite, where it's like I was just infatuated with the idea of love, and I didn't know what true love meant. I'm not saying I do now. I'm only 20 fucking one. What do I know? I don't know shit. I'm still learning. So to me now, I read it as more as infatuation. But this particular one that I did was so raw and full of emotion at the time that it kind of unlocked that, I guess, that blockage that I had, where I could translate my emotions into pictures that were like tangible things. And that's kind of where I fell in love with art again, and I wanted to show people how I could transform emotions into pictures. So this is her. I originally named her Falling in Love. I still love it so much because I was really truly in such a dark place at the time, and I just wanted to show so much love to other people when I could have been showing it to myself. And you know, it's really weird how time goes and you look back at things and you're like, why were you so infatuated with love for other people when you could have been infatuated with love for yourself? You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I feel like I flip-flopped personally with the idea of it, just because I've matured. And I'm not saying that the other one's not valid, because it certainly is. That's how I was feeling at the time when I was making this. But now that I'm older, I realized that I was just infatuated with the idea of love, not really knowing what love meant. Because, truth be told, I grew up in a toxic ass household. My parents did not love each other. They were with each other out of pure necessity. So, yeah, I had a fucked up idea of love for a real long time until I kind of had to take a hard look at myself and realize, where am I not showing myself love, you know, because no one else is going to show that love. I might as well show it to myself. So that's kind of where that one came from. And that one's really fun. A lot of them I did not finish. Truth be told, I'm really bad with my artwork. Listen, ladies, like, I get in a groove and then I kind of put so much pressure on myself for it to like continue looking good that I end up just giving up. I do that a lot, and this is one of them. So this one I have called Intertwined Souls, and I call it that because at the time it's supposed to be, let me just go ahead and show you so I can explain it. So I have this very beautiful girl looking up and just looking all full of hope. This is kind of when I started getting more in depth with faces and trying to like figure out how to do it and how to make it look normal and real. So this was like very early on, and it was all about, let me read here. The girl with the flower is broken, yet happy for her ex-lover being happy. His new girl is beautiful, and she is upset. I chose the curly girl to have big doe eyes. So I wanted her to have big doe eyes because I also have big doe eyes. Maybe I don't, and I'm just like kidding myself, but I feel like I have really big eyes. So I'm just biased and I really like big eyes. But I also wanted it to have like a very innocent feel of like very hopeful and, you know, just big old doe eyes. The under eye is quite dark. The under eye is quite dark. And you know what? She was early on. But nonetheless, it was cute, and I may try and remake this because I feel like it's still very beautiful and has meaning to it. But yeah, I made this, God, when did I make this? I want to say it's been a few years. I don't remember if I was with him or not. I'll be honest, I really don't. But yeah, I think I might have been. But yeah, that was it. And let's see. The next one is so pretty. So this one's called Lady Belle, and it was like it's a cute little fairy, and she's doing her thing. She's in her element. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So I made this March 12th of 2022. So I was broken up with my ex. I have moved into my apartment that I lived by myself, and it was my first apartment. I was living in downtown Kansas City on the plaza, and I was just having a grand old time. I was living my life, doing my thing, working from home, enjoying it. This was before I ended up getting a manager that I did not get along with. But it was a great time, and I was just really happy. I love how pretty she is. I don't do enough of these anymore. I don't do any more fairies. At the time, I was very obsessed with fairies for some reason. And I loved how innocent and fluffy they were. But she's so pretty. On here, this one says, the Empress energy surrounds this drawing. A powerful, beautiful woman doing her duty, looking beautiful. Yeah. That's what she's doing. She's looking beautiful, doing her thing. No hate. Like, I love her. I need to get back into journaling and drawing. I miss it. Moving on. This one's really pretty. I love her too. It's another fairy. It's called R&B Love. Ugh, this stupid light. It's just a fairy in love. I love her. I love her little sockies. This one, I was just having a good time. I was in a really good place. Dude, let me tell you, that glow up after you leave an abusive ex, it hits different. Yeah, but this one says, a good love, R&B love, you know, just someone that's so, that jazzy R&B love. That's what this captures. That's what this is. So, so gorgeous. I love it. The next one, yeah, this one's cute. I love her. I remember this one was the first, I posted a video on TikTok of this one. This was, I think, the first time I ever got a positive comment. Not like I got negative comments on my art. I got like a few. But this was the first time I had gotten a positive comment on my, I think it was on my TikTok. A girl had said that this is what she thought she draws like in art. And it made my heart feel so good because for so long I thought that I was that girl that thought that she was an artist and wasn't. But it was just my self-confidence. I was holding myself back so much. But that was one of the times that I knew that I was doing what I wanted to do and what brings me joy. And who the fuck cares what anyone else thinks? If it makes you happy, just do it. People, they're miserable. Let them be miserable. If you're happy, just be happy. This one I made in April of 2022. Listen, baby, I had always struggled with hands. That was something that I never was able to work on, was hands. And I really wanted to learn how to do them because that's something, if you want to get in college, especially art college, you need to know how to draw hands. And it was not my strong suit. So I sat down one day and I was like, I'm going to learn how to draw hands and I'm going to become really fucking good. And this was my first time. I'm going to be honest. This was my first time since high school. Now, I was very artistic in high school, but I also, like I said, lacked so much self-confidence that I held myself back so much. I compared myself to everybody. And it's sad because I really could have been such a better artist than I was if I just allowed myself to reach my full potential. So if you're in high school or in school trying to do your best and you're struggling with holding yourself back, understand that it's okay. We've all been there. I've been there. And it's a matter of showing yourself love. That's my advice to you. The next hand that I did, I was so proud of her. Yeah. Both of these pictures were actually, I believe they're Renaissance paintings that I found on Pinterest, and I just was like, I can use that as a model, and it worked out really well. Like, this hand was actually my profile picture on Facebook, I think, for a while, just because I loved it so much, and it's gorgeous. This one, let's see. Oh, this is cute. So this is so funny that I wanted to read this. It says, I found my purpose in art. I want people to feel safe, at ease, and comfortable with my art. I want it to not only be beautiful, but quite literally put my energy into my art. Oh, I love this little deed. I love it. I love putting my all into everything, and my art is no exception. So to see this and see how much I loved it and how happy it made me, even when I wasn't doing anything. It's not like I'm making money in it now, but like I definitely wasn't making money then. Like, oh, it's just, I was doing it purely just to find love for myself, and that's truly just what art should be. I love it. I love it so much. But I honestly kind of think that's all that I have in there. Just more hands. I really wanted to get better with hands because oh, this one was really cool. I posted a YouTube video about this one. It's an old one. I should definitely remake it, but I didn't even edit those videos back then. But this one was about my childhood because I was always a really scaredy cat kid, and I didn't like the scary parts of Halloween, but I loved the spooky. I loved the spoopy, if you will. So I just wanted to make something really cute and reminisce of how much of a scaredy cat I was. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's all. That's all I really have. But I really hope you guys enjoyed my video today. I really just wanted to sit down and go down memory lane with you because I really haven't touched this book since 2022. 2023 was a heck of a year. But I'm excited to see what this year brings me. But that's all I have for you guys today. Again, my name is Jade. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time, beautiful. Bye-bye.